Hello everyone, there is now officially an entire new collection of internet sensation .shop clothing available right now. Please check it out and help support the channel. Thank you. The D'amelio Show. If there's one thing we've all been missing in our lives, it's a show about two sisters who dance on the internet. So thank you Disney for putting my $100 million to good use. Charli and Dixie D'amelio are two TikTokers with hundreds of millions of followers, and this show documents their life and how hard it really is to be a social media influencer. And I would know. But before the video starts, if you would like to subscribe to the channel and turn notifications on, I greatly appreciate it. You could always unsubscribe later if you don't like it. Enjoy. It's the new buddy cop comedy that's now available on Disney Plus in the Marvel universe. It's a new Disney Plus show, got a £7 billion budget. And all your favourite actors are back. I've heard Tony Stark's going to be in this one. That's the real crossover we want. Now that Disney own the D'Amelios, Star Wars, and Marvel, I hope they can all appear in the reboot of the Star Wars franchise that they will inevitably do in 20 years' time. Now, I have seen clips from the D'amelio Show, and as much as I'm going to sit here and try and be funny and take the mick out of it and mock them for being influencers who dance and don't really ever seem to do much else, I have seen some sad clips. I have seen some clips that make me go, oh, they are human. They are human beings. They're not just robots who make content and dance for the entertainment of others permanently for the rest of their lives until they inevitably die. So I might cry in this one. I was going to say it would be a first, but we all know I cry basically every other video. So let's get involved on this emotional roller coaster and watch the D'amelio Show. But before you do that, actually, if you would like to, please subscribe to my channel, because then maybe one day I'll be able to have a show on Disney Plus. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Me alongside Baby Yoda in my reality TV show, where I just wake up and then go back to bed again. You can always unsubscribe later as well, by the way, if you wanted to. So, you know, consider it, because if you regret it, you can always run away, like everybody else does in the end. Bloody hell, it's 10:18 AM and she hasn't woken up. Normally, people would have to knock on my door at about 5 PM. So she's got a great YouTubing schedule. I will say, if you are trying to humanize a bunch of teenagers who people on the internet are really, really horrible about, don't open it on the multi-million-dollar mansion in Los Angeles. That's just a PR thing. You know, nothing against them. I'm jealous. I wish I had that. And I'm sure most people here are. I'm in a flat in London that I've made all rainbowy, which will probably get burned down in some form of, like, avid hate crime. So I wish I was there.
Charlie, good morning. Can we come in?
If it was me, I'd just be like, fuck off. I'd be like, leave me alone. I do love how she sleeps next to Golden Plaque. You know, that is pretty cool. I sleep with mine, and I hold on to it dearly in the hopes that the YouTube repossession team don't come and take it away. Charli is such an amazing and kind person. Charli, we love you. See, the thing is, I put in comments like that in a Disney Plus show. If it was mine, it would be, your hair looks shit. Why is your hairline receding? You know, I wouldn't have any positive ones. Look, check the comments right now on this video. Read the top comment. It's going to make you sad, isn't it? Or laugh, depending on how sick and twisted you are.
Sorry.
Oh my god, she's got a crown that has been sent to her by TikTok. I've never been sent a crown by TikTok. I mean, I've got 1 million followers. I literally have 1/100th of her follower account on TikTok. But YouTube, I want a crown. I mean, I haven't done anything to deserve it, but I want to be the queen. You know, don't give me a plaque next time. I don't want that. I don't need another golden plaque. You know, I've already got 2 of those. Can somebody explain how she is TikTok famous? I'm starting to see where this show is going. You know, some people are nice, and some people aren't. But I can't explain it, to be honest. The thing is about trying to explain why somebody is TikTok famous is you're the one who watched it. You're the one who commented on it, right? So you're giving them engagement. You're helping them. You're the one who's making them more famous because you're making them somebody worth talking about by thinking that it's worth talking about them. So that's how it works. If you don't want people to get famous, kill your brain, and then you never have to think a thought again, and then nobody can ever make anybody famous anymore, because we'd all be dead actually if we did that. So don't do that. That's terrible advice.
Hello, I have something that I would like to share with you all. Let's go.
Is it the new ImAllexx internet sensation .shop merch drop that happened that's available right now? I hope it is, because I'd like to share that with you guys as well. That'd be great. Please buy it. Thank you. Look at that bloody house and those. She's got 3 dogs. That's the coolest thing. And a stylist. Where's my stylist? I need one. Come here.
Yeah, can't do anything about that.
Well, you know, thanks, I guess.
You might know me from TikTok. This might be your first time seeing me ever.
I'm Alex. You might know me from the Sidemen video where they shaved my hair. I was the last person to be linked in the description, basically. And I've been living off that for about 7 months now.
I was always super into dancing. I used to train sometimes 7 days a week. Being a dancer my entire life, it wasn't like I decided I'm going to do dancing on TikTok.
I love watching other people's stories on YouTube, especially Americans, because it's so much more like, you know, glitzy and more glamour. I was living in basically Bournemouth, and if I didn't make YouTube videos, I'd probably be on a street corner right now doing ketamine. We're two different lifestyles. I don't think that's where Charli D'amelio would have ended up. Aren't we lucky I was saved for better things?
If someone were to ask me why I do social media, I would ask them why they use social media.
For the money. To be frank, please buy the clothes. Thank you.
What?
Bloody hell.
When I first went viral, I was just kind of like, oh, that's weird. Like, must have been a fluke.
I love that. I love how for Charli D'amelio getting 10 million followers was a flight. That would be retirement for me. That would be me going, bloody hell, we could go live in the Bahamas for the rest of our lives, and so can my future children. God may rest their souls. They're not dead. I don't know why I did that. I don't think they don't exist yet. I think they probably do, actually. Poor fuckers.
At the same time, I'm just dancing in my room by myself. Why do they know who I am?
Every time I see Jimmy Fallon, a part of me dies inside.
You go spend time with J-Lo and meet J-Lo and hang with her.
Charli D'amelio gets to meet J-Lo, yet the biggest celebrity I've ever met is Akin Fenwa, the footballer, who was in a KSI video that one time. We are not the same.
I used to think TikTok was the most embarrassing thing in the world.
And I still do. Have you seen ImAllexx's TikToks? I ruin it for everyone.
My sister started posting. I was like, you are so embarrassing. Like, what are you doing? I don't know how Charli blew up. It's crazy. I mean, we think about it all the time. I'm like, Charli D'amelio.
The thing is, I completely missed this whole era of TikTok. You know, when I started to be on TikTok, all I got that were borderline from the dark web. Like, I'm scared to log onto that app because every time I go on there, I just see something that I, don't want to see. And it started to worry me. And I'm just realizing that TikTok tailors it for you. So maybe I shouldn't have said that out loud.
And that's when both of us grew so much. I mean, a year ago, I was in high school, kind of living a super normal life. Now just people watch everything I do, which is creepy and scary.
Yeah, it's creepy and scary. Thank God they don't have a reality show, though. That would be a problem, because then people would be able to literally see everything in an episodic platform with a subscription on it. But, you know, I'm really holding out that the monsters from Monsters, Inc. make an appearance, so we'll see what happens.
And my Vogue video. I'm going to be shooting with Vogue, 24 hours of them following me. I'm very excited.
Hang on, so you don't find that it's scary that people know everything you're doing, but you're doing a reality show, and then on top of that, Vogue are following you around for 24 hours. And you vlog. Starting to see a bit of a flaw here, Dixie D'amelio.
I don't care. I don't have to be the first name in the public shot, but then I get to do all the fun stuff.
You can do while we're out here. Help us name our podcast.
Everybody's got a podcast nowadays. I'm sure that's not something that when I say that out loud, it's not going to age poorly in maybe a couple of weeks' time, depending on when this video has been posted.
Struggle.
I could never imagine being my parent.
What?
I'm a nightmare.
You are not.
No, you make them millions a day. I don't think they're having a problem, to be honest. That's the dream, really, isn't it? Like, your kids get minted and you never have to work ever again, and your retirement home has 7 swimming pools. That would be elite. Whereas if it carries on the way I'm going, my parents are going to be sent to Sweden. Do you mean Switzerland? It's all the same, innit? Maybe it's just holiday. Maybe they just got a really nice holiday destination. They go to Switzerland later. That's their choice. Hopefully.
Charli wanted to move here the most, but I did all the heavy work of finding a house and convincing my parents.
Well, what do your parents do then? These kids literally run the family. That seems to be what I'm getting at here. They literally run everything.
But if we had to use mics like this every day for this show?
Yeah, that would be a really stupid decision, wouldn't it? Imagine if somebody decided that every video they were going to make from now on used a handheld microphone. Only an idiot would do such a thing. Only somebody who's mental and crazy would make people use handheld microphones for an aesthetic reason. Glad we don't know anybody like that.
I had to get ready for content filming. I had to have my content meeting, do a Q&A post, podcast, fitting for my shoot the next day. I still have to do school. This is what's going on in my life. It's just kind of been like crazy.
Oh my god, that's mental. Pass through my fine array, let's look through my schedule compared to Charli D'amelio's. So Charli D'amelio has a full day of just, making stuff and things. And you may think it's really easy. But the one thing I will say is based on her schedule, that's mental. But she's got a full team. Whereas it's just me and my mates, basically. This is my schedule, guys. So, today, I was meant to eat dinner, and I haven't done that. And pay my taxes, apparently. And I haven't done that either.
So what this is it's a look at your 2021. This is the major things we're focusing on. So we have all partnerships. We have, the different companies you're working with.
If it was my one, it would just literally be like... and Raid Shadow Legends. And that would be it. I mean, it would just be, please sell all the clothing or you will go broke. That's literally my brand partnerships for 2021. God help me, and please get in touch via my email.
Did you think when you were, a year and a half ago in Connecticut that you'd have a clothing company?
Definitely not. I thought I was like maxing out at merch.
Yeah, see, I don't do merch. I have a clothing company, guys, because my clothing is sick. I don't just put funny things on a t-shirt, I'm like the D'Amelios. We're making mogul moves, and we're making money.
Right? So how do you feel about 2021?
I hope there isn't another pandemic again.
Where is the binder where she gets to be a kid and to make time for dance?
Well, I don't know. She probably lost that one when you hired her an entire management team with an intern, and when you moved to Los Angeles to the £10 million house, I think that's the point where she became a slave to the social media regime. And yeah, it's fun, and she does reap the rewards. But she is a teenager, and I could barely handle it as a 22-year-old man. I drink away the pain most weekends. So I can't imagine what that's like for a 16-year-old girl. She's not playing with Barbies. She's selling her own versions that are literally modelled to her face. Her whole life is just, it is dystopian. And if you aren't terrified of the idea of that, and you're like,
oh, I wish I was her.
As a social media influencer, I look at something like this and go, I never want to be as famous as you. That looks terrifying. I would not be able to cope with any of this work.
Is there room for dance and to be a kid and to have do nothing time?
Her happiness and growth as a human being is the only thing that matters here. It's a lot, but it's really organized and it's really well timed out. So now we can look at the calendar and say, cool, where do we fit in dance?
That's crazy, man. You've got to think about that. There's none of that. Her whole life, she doesn't get to do anything spontaneous. There's no I'm just gonna go out with my friends. Because what if she's got a meeting scheduled in at 7 p.m? There's no staying out or necessarily taking holidays, when you want to. Obviously, when she does want to go on a holiday, she goes to the Bahamas during a pandemic. But that's, that's completely different. But I do empathise massively with this because her childhood has just been stolen, relatively, by a bunch of people who you don't even know if they really are looking out for her. She's just got a bunch of middle-aged men in her life at the age of 16 who are telling her what to do because it makes them and steal her money. That's scary. It's like something out of Black Mirror. That's the price of your soul, guys. How much is it?
You can now look at a calendar. You can say, hey, there's 3 weeks where I have nothing going on. Amazing. Let's take a trip when COVID opens up, or let's, learn a new language.
3 weeks, learn a new language. You're mental. And Charlie's face sums that up. What? Yeah, we'll schedule that in. That sounds like fun, innit? How many things have you done that are scheduled that were fun? My favourite parts of my life are nights where I didn't plan anything, where I just went out and did stuff. And I'm so glad that with my level of doing stuff on YouTube, I can still do that. I still have full control my whole life. Yeah, I feel busy and overwhelmed sometimes, and I complain. But I will always be forever grateful about the fact that, in reality, I get to do whatever I want to do. But this is a complete flip of the coin. So I'm looking at the other side, and I hate it.
I grew up playing piano and violin. I mean, I feel like every kid wants to grow up and be like a superstar. But when I got older, I kind of just like didn't think about it anymore. I'm like, how would that ever happen?
That's truly fascinating to see Dixie D'Amelio talk about her music, because I know it's something that she gets like so much shit for. I mean, I'm sure I've talked about it. I probably definitely have mocked it in many ways, shapes, or form. But the one thing with all of those jokes and going, a TikToker who wants to do music, it's strange that if you make it as one thing, it is seen as like you can't do anything else. Where in reality, anybody could pick up a guitar. You could do anything right now. You could pick up a brush and become an artist. Anybody could do that. You could reinvent yourself constantly. There is this weird idea, I think, that people do take genuinely seriously, where if you do one thing, you can no longer do anything else. And I think that terrifies me. And yeah, the music was terrible when it first started off. And I can't sing. And I tried to play an instrument over lockdown, and even I really struggle. But there's always that idea that if you keep on doing something, one day it might be really good. And then that's great, because I don't have to pay for it. It's free. Unlike this Disney Plus show that cost me loads of money a month.
Now, with TikTok and having all these opportunities, and then it kind of did, so...
Sometimes I don't
Wanna be happy. Don't hold it against me. Banger.
If you were
That is
given
a
a
banger.
chance to record
Don't
in
care what
a
anybody
music
says.
studio
It's a tune.
and have your own career and be able to sing music and put out songs that you love, you're gonna say no? That's good to know. You're gonna say no.
Charli just served there, to be honest. Slay, sis. She's correct. If somebody did offer me a $10 million record label and said, hey, Alex, spit some bars. Can you do drill music? I'd be hitting flows like nobody knows. Bars.
We put out a trailer, and it got a lot of hate. I was very frustrated because I worked so hard, and it wasn't even the song.
I think a lot of people mistake, like some people who are joking for hate with stuff like this. You know, obviously some people are taking the mick. I mean, some people who are like, oh, you should never do anything that's not making YouTube videos. I prefer when you danced on TikTok. Then, you know, those people need to really get a grip, to be honest. But, you know, some of the comments I flashed up there, like, when she sees this, she's going to be really, really, really sad. That's clearly just a play on the video and not meant to be taken too seriously. But there does seem to be a big thing on both sides of it, where people in the comment section can't tell the difference between, you know, sarcasm and jokes and what is real and what isn't. But also, apparently, neither can the people making this Disney show. So I'm going to be seen as a hater, even though I'm joking and haven't said anything horrible at all. And that's just how this stuff works, I guess, which is a shame. But, you know, it is what it is.
He is a lyrical genius.
He's holding a microphone as well, and he's a reaction commentary channel. And he's been seen as a bad example. Oh no. I don't want to be in season 2.
Worked out, I have some coffee, and I'm gonna make breakfast.
Oh my god, these comments. She kind of looks musty. Presenting the life of a bratty white girl who is leached off her sister's fame. Vogue should have done this with Selena Gomez or Ariana Grande and not a TikToker's sister. Yeah, I do think they have the option to do that at a certain point. It's very strange when people play it off like somebody has stolen something from somebody else. The reason that person is on there is because that company wanted them on there. You know, it's not, oh, this should have gone to Selena Gomez. If they wanted Selena Gomez, they would have paid for Selena Gomez. They already got Selena Gomez on. So I never get those comments. But I'm sure they're probably 11 years old and just don't understand how things work. And that's one big thing that is kind of cool about this, is you do get a really good insight into what it is like behind the scene. Although, I wonder what the reaction is going to be to these comments, because she wouldn't last a day with all the quote tweets that I managed to receive.
The whole internet jokes about how I have no style. I have style.
Okay, maybe don't say you have style. The whole internet also jokes that I don't have style, and I would be inclined to actually agree with them, to be honest. So, we're not the same.
I'm trying to do everything I can to better myself, and it just gets worse.
Now, this is really sad, and this is a genuine effect that you get from just sending thousands of comments to somebody who isn't designed to be famous. Because no person is designed to be famous, by the way. No person is designed to be openly criticised by, like, millions of people. Whether, you know, you think that criticism is deserved or whatever, that's up to you. But nobody's designed to take that. It's the point I'm trying to make. But it does confuse me that there seems to be like 4 cameramen in here taking 4 different shots. I just can't unsee that. I can't unsee the fact that there are 4 people in here, like a cameraman and crew, who are filming this. Because I feel like this should be like a private moment. This is something that shouldn't be like shared, I suppose. I mean, it does great because it shows that they are human beings, and you should feel empathy for them as people. But at the same time, it's a little unnerving, I suppose, the whole idea, because it just comes around to the fact that this is a TV show. And I don't know how I feel about any of it, because I hate social media with a passion, because of stuff like this and the comments that she's getting. It's a double-edged sword. There are no winners apart from the Disney Plus financial team.
15-second clip, and they're like, oh my god, she's so musty. I'm like, shut the up! Like,
I've seen a lot of people like critique this clip, and a lot of people be really nice. And I think a lot of people just don't understand what a panic attack looks like. I don't think she's just upset about the gym comment. It would be easy to go, wow, she's overreacting. Look at her overreacting to the fact that people were mean about her going to the gym. But then imagine if 1 million people commented on the way that you look right now watching this YouTube video, because I doubt that it's very attractive. And then you think, oh wow, I don't envy that at all. I don't want any part of that. Looking at this, I'm just thinking, I don't envy you. I don't envy your existence at any point in any way, shape or form.
it's like everyone else can like show emotions or like talk about things, and everyone like supports them, but anytime I talk about like literal shit I've been through, it doesn't matter, and it's like it just turns into a joke, and it's so not like.
Well, I think that's a great place to end the video, to be honest. I feel like as much as it is funny that it's just like following millions around with big house and dogs, I do look at it and think, if you want to know kind of more what it's like to be on social media and have loads of people pick apart what you do, then there you go. So try and stay funny, everybody, if you can. That would be my suggestion to the world. Stay funny. Try not to be too mean. I'm going to go read thousands of comments about my hairline now on TikTok. I'll see you guys in the next one. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new. Peace out, people. And have a good day.